Hey guys, just wanted to touch on a topic that's going to be kind of against the grain for what us motorbikers and motorcyclists and sport bike riders, any of us, would normally agree upon. But if you listen carefully to what I'm saying, you'll understand why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So with that, we'll go ahead and cue the intro, and we'll see you guys on the backside. So guys, what I want to talk about, and it's something that I've seen in the news and stuff like that, and I see it on YouTube, I see videos, you see motorcycle accidents, crashes, all that stuff. And I'm just going to jump out, and I really need you guys to pay attention, is to the fact that if you're on a bike and you choose to go over the speed limit, then when you get in an accident, you know, somebody pulls out in front of you because you're doing 15, 20 over, it's not really their fault, so to speak, as to the point where I've got to be really careful how I word this, because if I say it wrong, it's going to come out. You guys are all going to be hitting that thumbs down and telling me to go F myself and stuff like that. But so if you're going 20 to 30, you know, 15 over, it doesn't matter. If you're going over the speed limit and a car pulls up to make a turn and pulls out and you hit them, in my opinion, you were in the wrong, because yeah, maybe they didn't see you, or I was talking to a friend and he had a case where he had looked left, looked right, looked left again, looked right again, just to, you know, double check everything, and then goes to pull out and instantly gets hit by a bike and almost, well, I guess it totaled his vehicle. So, and that was a very extreme instance. People that drive cars, they're educated, well, most of them, not all of them, but they know the speed limits and stuff like that, and you guys all, you know it as well as I do. You get an idea for judgment on a vehicle coming at you. Bikes are a little bit harder to read because they're smaller, but if you see an object and you're on a 35-mile-an-hour road, you usually have an idea of what kind of ground that object is going to cover before it meets where you're at. So with that being said, this guy was doing well over, well, he was in the triple digits is what they estimated, and he was in a 35 zone. So one, why are you going that fast in a residential area? There's kids and there's cars, so you're really asking for punishment at that point. So with that, you know, around here, my point is it's not always the cager's fault. You know, when we're on bike, sometimes we're the ones at fault. I'll be the first to admit it. If I'm doing 50 and a 35 and a car pulls out in front of me and I almost plow them, really it's my fault, because I'm the one that's breaking the law. And if they, you know, looked at me, okay, he's going 35 or a little bit over, and then all of a sudden I'm on top of them, it's one of those things. Because if you back it up and say, okay, well, if you were doing 35 or 40, 5 over, would you have met that car at that intersection? Especially if they're the kind that look twice. It just irritates me when I see people that ride bikes and blame the guy in the car for the accident, especially when you see him on the video. You know, guy is just being obnoxious, or, you know, he's doing his thing and a car pulls out in front of him. It's just one of those, it ain't gonna win. And if you're on the bike, you ain't gonna win because you hit the car and you're on the ground. It irritates me, guys. If you're gonna speed in your bike, good for you. You know, do what you're gonna do. I'm not here to tell you how to ride. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, or that God knows I don't obey the speed limit. I'll admit that. I'm just gonna ride it where I'm comfortable. But if a car pulls out in front of me and I'm doing something ridiculous like that, that's something different. So guys, to continue on with my cagers aren't always wrong vlog, spotlight, whatever you want to call it. So the basic tips and pointers that I wanted you guys to see, and I'm just arguing on their fact, is the fact that if you or a motorcyclist is going way over the speed limit in an area where, you know, you have cross traffic and stuff, and said people in a car go to pull out, then when the bike and the car meet, whose fault is it? Is it the car for not seeing the bike? Is it the bike for speeding and putting himself in a different spot? You know, I saw a news, I don't know, what do you want to call it, segment, and they said that motorcyclists travel greater distances in less time. I'm not an idiot, guys, but to me that sounds like they say motorcyclists speed. Is that not it? If you're going a greater distance in less time, wouldn't that need you to go faster? So if you're going faster than what the speed is set for, like this road I believe is 40 or 45, so if I'm going a greater distance, wouldn't I have to be going like 50, 60 mile an hour? You know, just saying, guys, it's I'd like to agree to disagree, I guess you'd say. So if you're speeding and you broadside a car, like I said, whose fault is it? Is it your fault because you're speeding? Because God knows if you're doing it in the car, you'd get pulled over. Same with a bike, I guess, if dependent on the cop and the situation. It's not that I'm defending the drivers of cars or trucks or cages or whatever you guys want to call them. It's just I'm saying to own up to your own responsibilities. If you're the one breaking the law and you cause an accident, don't fucking point the finger at a guy in a car because he pulled out in front of you because you were doing 20 over the speed limit, 100 over the speed limit, whatever. Ooh, look at all this fun noise. It's just tiptoe. So that's all I gotta say for now. I'm gonna go get me some Jimmy John's because I want to eat healthy and lose weight. If you guys want to know, I'm getting a number 9 because that's awesome. And if the owner of Jimmy John's is watching my video, thank you very much because the stuff is good.